So a very good morning to all of you. So welcome back to the Team Dynamics at Work, MBA third semester, paper code HR 301. And today we are going to discuss about chapter number 4, which is group decision making process. So let's begin. Group decision, what is that? So whenever we are taking a decision in group, that is group decision. Simple, right? When more than one people are involved into a decision making process, that is called group decision. We are familiar with the term group discussion, right? In the campus tribe, the company used to take group discussion. So what is group discussion? A topic is to be given and we need to come to a conclusion and you take a decision within a stipulated period of time. So that is group discussion. So that is the concept of the group decision making process. Whenever we are sitting together, more than two or more than two members sitting together and to take a decision, that is called group decision making process. That is called group decision making. So group decision making is a type of participatory process in which multiple individuals acting collectively analyze problems or situations, consider and evaluate alternative course of action, and select from the alternatives a solution or solutions. Simple. There is a participatory decision making process. Two or more than two people are discussing together, analyzing the problem, analyzing the situation, identifying the alternative course of action, and then finalizing a particular solution or solutions together. So we are emphasizing on the term together. Consensus, okay, majority, whatever the decision is coming out. So generally a group consists of 2 to 7 members. It may be more members also, but generally it varies from 2 to 7, but it may be more also, right? So that is the fundamental concept of the group decision making. Now what are the features of the group decision making? The number of people involved in the group decision making varies generally, but often ranges from 2 to 7, that I have discussed. The individuals in a group may be demographically similar or quite diverse. Okay, demographically they may be similar or quite diverse. Decision-making groups may be relatively informal in nature or can be formally designated and charged with specific goals. The process used to arrive at decision may be unstructured or structured. Usually, if the group is formal, okay, a group is formal, then it is structured. If the group is informal, then it is an unstructured. Generally, the process used to arrive at decision may be unstructured or structured, that we have discussed. The nature and composition of the group, their size, demographics, demographic makeup, and the structure and the purpose all affect the functioning to some degree, right? So all these are important factor in the group decision making. What is the composition of the group? What is the diversity of the group? What is the demographic profile of the group? What is the structure of the group? What is the purpose of the group? What are the objective of the group? So all these actually have a direct impact on the group decision making process. So these are the features of group decision making. Now what are the different techniques of group decision making? So that is our major discussion today. So we'll be discussing about brainstorming, nominal group technique, Delphi technique, devil's advocacy, electronics meeting, fish bowling, didactic interaction, and interacting groups. So these are the techniques we are going to study today, and these are all practiced technique. It is not that a theoretical technique. These are all practice technique. So we will be going to discuss one by one. So now what is brainstorming? So developed by Alex Osborne. Okay, Alex Osborne. So brainstorming is a group technique by which efforts are made to find a conclusion for a specific problem by gathering a list of ideas spontaneously contributed by its member. Like say for example, 7 members are there, and in the brainstorming session, each and every member will be spontaneously giving their idea about the solution of a particular problem. And there can be multiple solutions by an individual as well. Okay, and every idea needs to be documented without any inhibition, right? Generate as many ideas as possible, suspending evaluation until all the ideas has been suggested. That means a person can give multiple ideas and without any inhibition, no evaluation whether a idea is logical, illogical, valid, invalid, does not matter. Nobody are allowed to question until and unless all the ideas are listed. Criticism of the ideas are not allowed. No idea is considered too far out. People are encouraged to state publicly any of their idea. There would be no one who would be criticizing any idea. That is the fundamental rule of brainstorming session. Participants are encouraged to build on suggestion of others. That means one person have given one idea, other person can build on their idea based on the earlier idea given by other. That is also a possibility. Right? So as many ideas as possible are encouraged. So then the group will be discussing each and every idea, their pros, cons, validity, reliability, applicability, okay. So vulnerability, everything would be discussed in the group. Then the group will be coming to a consensus that out of the ideas generated in the group, which idea would be most suitable in solving the present problem, right? So that is the fundamental concept of brainstorming session, right? Now we'll be going to nominal group technique. It is developed by Andy Delphi and Andrew Van Deven at University of Wisconsin. Individuals silently list their ideas. Silently. Ideas are written on a chart, one at a time, until all the ideas are listed. There is no discussion. No one is going to talk about their idea in the nominal group technique. There would be a chart paper. One by one, the person would be going and they will be listing down their idea. So there will be no discussion until and unless every idea has been written down. Okay. Discussion then permitted only to clarify the idea. No criticism is allowed. Okay. So in between, to clarify, one person have given an idea, written an idea. One other group member may ask question in order to clarify if there is a the problem in understanding. Then they can ask, but there is no evaluation or the criticism, no suggestion. They cannot give at that point of time. Then a written vote would be taken from all the members. That there are, say, for example, 10 ideas, you are in favor of which idea. So a written vote would be taken, come into a consensus, then select the best alternative based on the group consensus. So that is called nominal group technique. Next one is Delphi technique. It is a very common method, age-old method, Delphi technique, that is asking the expert. Simple. So originated at the Rand Corporation to gather judgment of expert for use in decision making. Developed by Norman Dalke and Olaf Helmer, used for forecasting the future event. 15 to 20 experts are involved. We will be selecting 15 to 20 members. They may or may not know each other. They are geographically dispersed. They are never interacting with each other. They are not discussing. What we are going to do, we are developing a structured questionnaire about the problem, and we'll be sending this structured questionnaire to each and every expert. That is 20 expert we have identified. We'll be sending the structured questionnaire to every member. There is no interaction in between them. So then they will be giving the answers to the structured question. They will be mail us back, and then the answers will be analyzed, and the majority, we need to analyze that the majority percentage of the decision that, okay, fine, this is the number 5 decision has been taken by the maximum number of experts, so it is the ultimate solution, right? So we are going to implement that. So that is called the Delphi technique. So where we are involving experts, 15 to 20 experts, we will be sending them a structured questionnaire. They are geographically diversified, and they never interact with each other. They are not discussing. So they are giving their own idea. Then we are analyzing their ideas, right? So that is called the Delphi technique. Next is devil's advocacy. That is very interesting. devil's advocacy. An individual will be given the role of a critic, like a film critic. Their role is to criticize. Similarly, in the group decision making process, will be identifying a devil's advocate, that whose responsibility will be to critically examine each and every ideas presented in the meeting. So his job is to raise question, to understand if there are any loophole in the in the idea, in the proposed decision. So it will help to avoid mistakes by identifying pitfalls in advance before implementing. Ask question, as many critical questions. Understand, is there any loophole in the system? Is there any loophole in the proposed decision? Right. So that is very important. Electronic meeting, it's very common, right? Electronic meeting, that electronically video call that we are comfortable with nowadays. So that is the number of group members will be involved in the electronic meeting into the electronic devices. Maybe a projector of the screen can be utilized. This method reduces the group think and the time wasted in the socializing of the meeting. That's very common. If there is, we are socially, we are maintaining social distancing, and they are geographically diversified and conducting the meeting over a video call. So definitely there is a socializing in the meeting. Socialization time would be reduced, right? So that is the electronic meeting. Next one is the fish bowling. It's a kind of, again, the nominal group technique, but the system is a little bit different. All the members will be seated in a circular form, and there will be one person who would be sitting in the center, and that person would be giving his idea, and everybody, every member can ask questions, but no two members can discuss among each other. So only one interaction. Now one person is sitting in the, in the center, and rest of the people will be sitting circularly in a circular form, and one by one, the person who is giving the idea can be questioned one by one. Okay, but the other team members cannot discuss among each other. Right, the direct questions need to be shooted to the person who is sitting in the center, and giving his or her ideas. So members can ask questions to that person. No two members are allowed to talk to each other than with the person seated in the center. After all the views are expressed, the one with consensus is selected. That all the group members will be going to the center one by one and giving their idea and defending their idea. Then after all the views will be recorded, identified, all the recorded and discussed, listened, analyzed, then the best alternative would be selected through consensus. That is called the fishbowl. Next is didactic interaction. So it is a simple from yes or no format. There will be two groups that will be created. One is yes group, another will be no group. Simply one group would be favoring in favor of the motion, that okay, fine, this decision can be taken. Another would be against the motion, that is, this decision cannot be taken. Now both the person have to explain why they are saying yes, and the other people will be explaining why they are saying no. So both the group will be discuss their point of view and find out the weakness in others. Then finally, it results in mutual acceptance of the fact. Probably the person who are telling yes, but at the end they are agreeing that probably this decision should not be taken because this is having a lot of disadvantages, or the vice versa may also be, right? So that is called the didactic interaction. Next one is the interacting groups. So interacting groups is a simple meeting, nothing else. Simple meeting. In the meeting, take a decision. Simple. So most of the decision making in a group happens in a meeting. The most important advantage is that the members can interact face to face, which is not a fact in some other processes. And the disadvantages is that the decision taken in the interacting groups are affected by the group think and the pressure to conform, because you have to follow the group norms, because these particular subgroups is telling that you have to follow it. That's why you are following it, though you know this decision is not right. So this is a problem. Group think is also a problem. So that is called interacting groups. So what is the advantage of the group decision making? Simple. Number one is the more information. If the more number of people is giving information, so definitely we are having diversified information, diversified idea with varied usefulness. People with the varied experiences and the skill set will be giving more information. diversity of the views. That's true. I mean, different people will be giving different views. So that may be useful. Greater acceptability. If you are taking a decision in a group and majority of the people is accepting that, so definitely the acceptability of the point of view would be much higher. Expert opinion, whenever we'll be using the Delphi technique, that will be getting that expert opinion. Maybe in a, not only Delphi technique, in other brainstorming and etc. If you are having experts in our group, so we'll be having that expert opinion. Degree of involvement will be high because in a group we are taking the decision and encourage people of participation. Everybody in the brainstorming session and the feasible session, everybody has to participate. No one will be saying that I don't have any idea. You cannot say that. You have to give ideas. So this encourages the people's participation, right? So these are the advantages. Disadvantages of the group decision making is time consuming. That time, of course, if you are there are 20 members, 30 members, we have to and each 20 members is there, and everybody on an average they are giving 5 ideas, so there are 100 ideas. So we need to listen to 100 ideas, then we have to analyze those 100 ideas, then we have to take a decision. So that's why it is time consuming. Lack of ownership means ownership. I mean, as you are taking the decision in a group, so ownership or the accountability for your decision is less. Individual domination, if in the group there is a very dominant person is available, probably if there is a chance they will be dominating. Compromise the decision sometimes, that is because of the group pressure. And it is expensive, definitely, because the time is money, it takes time, and we are hiring the expert, so that is also expensive. And within the group there may be subgroup that may create groupism, so that is also a problem, right? So let's call it a day for this session of the group decision making. So definitely very soon we'll be coming back with some other topic of this particular paper, team dynamics at work. And till then, if you have any question, you can always come back to us in the forum given to you. You can raise the